this weekend we have a title clash, top of the table clash.
Title clash?
Yeah.
Liverpool are not in the title. What is it called?
Ninth.
Liverpool have consistently featured.
Ninth.
They are ninth. They are not in the title.
No,
race.
Arsenal is top of the table.
One title in 8 years.
Oh, do you always have to run to that?
Arsenal, when was the last time Arsenal won the league title? 2003, 2004.
It's been over 30 years or 20 something.
2003, 2004.
20 something years.
There was no Wi-Fi then. I'm sure, no Wi-Fi. I mean, I'm sure we will witness a great game. I look at that match. I look at the dynamics of the game. I think that everything favors Arsenal going into that particular fixture.
Are you sure?
How does it favor Arsenal?
I think that if you look at Liverpool, if you look at what made them strong, the elements that push them into the realms that we've come to realize them be in the era of club in the last 4 years, I think they had strong departments, strong defense, strong midfield, strong goalkeeping department, strong strike force. I struggle to put a finger on anything that works fine at Liverpool at this material time. Yes, I mean, I struggle to find any of the department that works very well. I mean, you just oppose that with Arsenal. Yes, they lost against Manchester United. But look at how they've been able to bounce back. You look at the Arsenal team now, they've made smart recruitment. I mean, from the goalkeeping to the central defense.
Are you, by this admitting subtly that Arteta is doing a great job?
Arteta has done a great job. I mean,
you've always had issues with Arteta.
The issue with Arteta has to be them getting over the threshold. You understand? I mean, winning something, or the league, if I should put it that way. But Arteta, I mean, there's no denying the fact that Arteta has done a great job with this Arsenal team. At least you can see clear structures. You can see defined structures in the goalkeeping. Ramsdale has been an excellent signing. You can talk about Gabriel and Saliba. You can talk about the recent acquisition of Zinchenko together with whoever they place at Tomiyasu or Ben White, whoever plays at the right fullback position. Then in midfield, Xhaka looks rejuvenated. Partey, when he plays, sometimes unplayable. Then in attack, led by Gabriel Jesus, flanked by Odegaard and Saka. There's still Martinelli also in there. I think that Arsenal have an exciting team. I look at Liverpool. I look at the defense. Maybe they still do have a world-class goalkeeper. Yes, I mean, in Alisson, I think they do have a world-class goalkeeper. But I look at the defense. They are 6s and 7s. I mean, from Van Dijk to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Matip has always been Matip. Maybe Tsimikas is also a downgrade on Robertson. I look at the midfield. Nothing seems to work. I look at the attack. I don't want to talk about Darwin Núñez. I even can talk about Mohamed Salah now.
But if you look at the game with respect to recent history, the last 4 has been Liverpool winning. They've literally had their foot on Arsenal's neck. They've scored 12 goals in the last 4 games. Arsenal have managed just 1 goal from the last 4 meetings with Liverpool. You have to go as far back as 2020, where Arsenal beat Liverpool. So you take into account recent history. It tells you this is a fixture Liverpool have dominated and bulldozed their way, found their way around Arsenal. And I think that would play into the minds of Liverpool going into this particular one. They've not had the very best of seasons so far. Trent, you mentioned, has been a shade of himself. And I think finally what many had foreseen is now coming to reality, because right from the very first day he burst onto the scene, we raved and ranted about his ability going forward. But defensively, he's never been a defender. And it's created problems.
The Liverpool fans will come at you.
Well, I think it's hard time they accept the truth. He's probably the Cafu who has got the David Beckham ability.
Was an excellent defender.
No, I'm just looking at the fact
going
that
forward.
He's got the David Beckham ability going forward, but defensively, probably I might put John O'Shea even better than him. He's absolutely weak at the back. He can't defend to save himself.
I think we're looking at a Liverpool team that I think there are a few issues with the Liverpool team. I'm sure we've all agreed that there are issues with the Liverpool team. But I look at Liverpool last season and I just support them to this season. There are certain things I feel the blame should be laid at the doorstep of club, because 2 seasons ago, last season, Liverpool were one of the teams that could press high up the pitch, and they could set up blocks to press that many teams, even Pep Guardiola, had abandoned. They could press right from, the attack, the midfield had 2 blocks to press. So the team was well organized. You watch Liverpool this season, it's not so. I do not know if you've seen any game Liverpool played this season that they've pressed very high and in an organized manner where the team is well drilled and has the shape to press. They are not doing that. Secondly, we've spoken about the fact that certain players are lost for form. Virgil van Dijk, I feel he's not been the Virgil van Dijk we've come to know. In the last 4 or 5 games, he's been very, very, not even, if take it back to even their first game against Fulham, where Mitrovic literally made him commit that penalty. I think Van Dijk's defending has been suspect. Trent Alexander-Arnold, we've spoken about him. Even Mo Salah this season, he's been struggling to score. It was just yesterday that he had a penalty goal. And so all those factors come into play. We talk about Darwin Núñez. They signed him for big money. They are yet to get the best out of him. I feel Klopp is not utilizing him to his fullest potential. We may likely see Romelu Lukaku example happen at Chelsea, because this is a player who is not known for his excellent ball controlling skills. He's a fox in the box. He's a typical number 9, one who plays off the shoulders of defenders, and the guy who loves to play with his back turned towards goal, and he's very good in the air. How many times have Liverpool, who we know have fullbacks who are so good going forward and can send crosses into the box, but this season we've hardly seen that, even when Darwin Núñez is playing. And much talked about their midfield, which was so key to their press. You look at Henderson, your best friend, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, this guy, James Milner. These guys are, Alcantara is the only young guy in there. These guys are all old, and you do not expect them to do the very things that, they've been doing the last 3 seasons. So there is a fundamental problem with the team. And finally, Klopp, I feel he should be pragmatic. He should learn to evolve as a manager, because we may say all we want to say about Pep Guardiola, but there are times in games that he doesn't mind, conceding possession. There are times in games that he decides to go long with his goalkeeper. We don't see that with Klopp. He's stuck to his old ways and is affecting the growth of the team. That's what I think is the major problem with this.
You look at this game on Sunday, there are fascinating battles you'd have to watch out for. And we've spoken about Trent
Martinelli,
that
I see only one winner.
That would be an exciting, goal, because
Trent is the worst of defenders.
It could even be Trent Gabriel Jesus, because he loves to drift out wide.
Because he's the sort of defender who doesn't like people running at him. I mentioned that even when he burst onto the scene. Now, he made his debut at Old Trafford. That particular day, Marcus Rashford was on the left.
Yeah.
It was a horror showing.
Horrendous showing.
Trent literally was outrun. He was done for dead. You look at Martinelli this season, he's a man in form. He's rejuvenated. He's loving what he's doing at Arsenal. And that area will be one of the areas Arsenal will look to exploit, because if you've got Martinelli doing a 1v1 with Trent, it means it creates room for Zinchenko to go on the overlap. You look at Jesus and either Van Dijk or Matip. That is also an area that could be key. We've spoken about Liverpool and their inability to press. That's because age has caught up with most of the numbers.
That's true.
Fabinho is 30 plus. You look at Jordan Henderson, he's 30 plus. You look at Arsenal, Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey, they've got energy to burn. They are players who would definitely give off their all whenever they are in the pump. And Arsenal have taken games to opponents whenever they've started at home. That sort of atmosphere, that sort of ambience. So right from the word go, the team or the visiting team starts on the back foot, because you've got the fans chanting in favor. You've got the players with some verve ready to give it their all. And that is where Liverpool will definitely lose. Trent, Martinelli, that midfield pair, whoever you would put.
It's strange. From everything Dave is saying, it looks like he's going for the Arsenal win.
Well, I'm tipping Arsenal to win.
Really?
Honestly, I'm tipping
I find it
Arsenal
hard to see
Really?
Liverpool win this
I
one.
think the best for Liverpool in this game will be a draw. And that is quite a difficult probability to come by, because I think that Liverpool cannot simply, if Arsenal play to their best, Liverpool cannot live with the pace of Arsenal.
Exactly.
At the back. I mean, that's what I think, because I look at Van Dijk. Since he's come back from that injury, he's lost a yard of pace. He's never been one of those defenders who likes to put in a tackle. Matip, naturally, is not the quickest.
No,
Robertson is out. He's one of the quickest
What
players.
is Matip's strength as a defender?
Well, I think Matip does all of the dirty work that Van Dijk fails to do. You understand?
He reads play very well.
Exactly.
He knows the right
He knows how
points.
to put in a tackle. And Alexander-Arnold, quick but cannot defend. So if Arsenal really hits Liverpool with pace, I see a suicide mission.
I watched Arsenal play, and I think I was keen to see how Arteta sets his team up. And I think I felt, for me, I saw him do that once. I thought it was probably he trying out something new, but I've seen it's become a consistent pattern. If Arsenal are in transition, when they have the ball, their key, they prioritize two things: positional play and possessional play. Where when they have the ball, what they do so well is that they literally they set up in a 2-3-5 formation. So they have a lot of men in the opponent's half. Oh. So you see just Gabriel and Saliba staying behind, as one of them serving as a libero, usually Saliba, because of, he's good with the ball at his feet. Then Zinchenko and Rob Holding, or whoever decides to play on the right, Ben White, they join Partey to add up to the midfield, and they become three. Whilst Granit Xhaka moves forward and joins Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, and Gabriel, and they form a 5-man attack. It's the reason why last season, as of the time they had played 7 games, they had scored just 7 goals. But this season, 8 games, they've scored 20 goals, and they are creating more chances. They are scoring more because there's a lot of men behind the ball in the opponent's half. We have all spoken about the problems of the Liverpool defense. Looking at the way things are going, I am tempted to believe that Arsenal have 2 or 3 goals in this game. But as to whether their defensive shape will be disciplined enough, because you spoke about Gabriel, who doesn't keep a cool head, and he
loses concentration.
If Salah has a good day, Salah can turn him left, right, center, and could cause a lot of issues if he decides to play Nunes. So for me, I see a lot of goals in this game.
Definitely.
But as to whether Liverpool will win or not, I want to tilt towards Liverpool a little bit because of the experience and quality Liverpool have, though they've had their issues. A quick one before I pose this question. If you look at Klopp against Rangers, he did something different that I hope he tries again. He played 2 number 8. So what he did was he played Jota and Darwin Núñez up front, then Salah out wide. Then he played Thiago and your friend Henderson as 2 number 8. So what he was trying to do is that create the spaces in the middle. But that's against Rangers. Exactly. Will that work against this Arsenal midfield?
They did not play Núñez. That guy is a waste of everybody's time.
For me, I feel
waste of everybody's time.
Núñez's strength has not been fully maximized.
We started the season
making excuses for €100 million player.
You do not blame the manager.
How do you blame the manager?
It's
you
like
talk
the
about
Lukaku situation.
Rangers game. Look at the chances he missed yesterday.
Anyway,
how do you blame the manager?
These things happen.
You do not go to battle with Núñez against Saliba and Gabriel.
We may have to visit this, but just before we sign off, just remember, prior to the start of the season, people pitted Haaland and Núñez.
That's
guys,
that's the dollar and the CD.
but if you did that before the season
who would you
started,
go for? You're going for an Arsenal win?
I'm definitely going for an Arsenal
prediction.
I see Arsenal winning this comfortably.
Scoreline?
Over 2.5.
Arsenal win and over 1.5.
You?
Arsenal win, Liverpool no goals. I don't know how.
Let me be the oracle of Sports 101. Liverpool will beat Arsenal, but I expect both teams to score, but Liverpool will win.
We'll bring you humble pie on Sunday. Guys, if you did the Haaland Núñez comparison, I think you should hold your hand up and we'll serve you humble pie. But this is Sports 101 shooting live from Red Mango Apartments. Takrady, Western Region, Ghana. And do well to subscribe, like the video, drop us a comment, send us your feedbacks as well, and we'd love to hear from you.